Well, this time of year we're hearing a lot more about boats, campers, and all the toys for summer fun.
That's right. You got to haul all the good stuff. One of our viewers has a question about that. It is third on today's docket.
Yeah, it sure is. Here to give us answers for all of them. Welcome back, certified transmission owner Peter Fink. Good to see you. You know, I'm telling you, it's like a Monday today.
You know, it kind of feels like it, you know.
I mean, you know,
so that's okay.
Yeah, I had a good time yesterday. How was your 4th, by the way?
Oh, it was real good, you know. Hopefully all the viewers were and everyone's safe.
I bet you got some of those toys out there.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know, we always try to use them in the summertime. So we got some of those toys that have to be towed around.
Well, we're gonna get to that because let's start off with a question from Jeff. And Jeff says, my Radiator Fan runs all the time, even when the engine is cold on my 1990 Toyota Camry. Any idea what the issue is?
Well, the good news is it's definitely a lot better than it don't run at all,
there you
okay,
go.
and stuff, but obviously it's not proper, okay? Most likely we've got either the computer or sensor not reading what the temperature is on this vehicle, and it thinks it's hot. Now, there is one exception. If you've got the air conditioner on all the time, okay, which I wouldn't think you do in the wintertime, but regardless, when you go to air conditioner, the fan will run all the time, okay, and stuff. So some people forget about that, okay, and in the summertime, my car's set to air condition all the time, okay, so my fan's going to be on and stuff. But most likely that isn't the case, okay, but check it, okay, and then, like I said, probably got a sensor that's going bad. Always proper diagnosis. Don't throw a sensor on it, okay, just to make sure. That's an older car, so it shouldn't go through the computer. That should be a fairly simple circuit to be able to test and stuff, okay? I doubt the fan is shorted to be on all the time unless somebody rewired it for some reason. And on older cars, we see funny things done, okay, and stuff, so.
All right, let's move on to our next question. It comes from Grace. The key fob for my 2014 Dodge Journey doesn't seem to be as effective. Sometimes the car won't recognize it right away when I'm trying to unlock the doors or start the car. Does it just need new batteries, or is that a real issue? I think those key fobs are handy, but they're only handy when they work.
You know, I can relate to this, okay, and I've had many vehicles that it seems like you walk up to it and it's like a dead spot. It doesn't want to work, okay, and yet the battery's new and everything and stuff like this. They've had reprograms of the computer to help recognize a little bit better, and that technology keeps moving on. Now, this is a fairly late model, 2014. I've experienced the same thing with my Dodge truck, 2010, and even my 16 also, okay? I'm going, really?
I have the key right here.
Yeah, you know, it's right here, okay, and stuff. But I would say definitely check the battery first, okay? Being 2-3 years old, definitely, number one, it's cheap, okay, and stuff. Possibly a reprogram on the computer. If it isn't that, check your other key fob. Every car gets 2 cars. See if that one works properly. If it does, could be that one is wearing out. Unfortunately, a new one's going to be around $100, $200 depending upon your make and model. Usually you have to go to the dealer and they got to program them to that car and that computer and all that kind of stuff, okay? But usually that $100, $200 is included in that price, okay?
Yeah, I learned a lesson the hard way out in Colorado. My key fob wasn't reading it because I was in the car trying to start it and it said it's not key, there's no key detected, right?
Right.
Call motor assist out, they can't figure out the problem either. Well, I started looking in the owner's manual, started doing some YouTube clips. There's a little slot in the center console on my 2014 Explorer that I can put the key, you open the thing and you put it in the slot and it recognizes it by close proximity, and it somehow reprogrammed that. I don't know if you've ever seen those things, but it's one of those things you probably want to keep an eye out on.
You got an
Definitely,
Explorer,
you know,
a
different
spaceship.
cars have different ones. Like on Lexus, if the battery would go dead, if for some reason you take that key fob and hold it up to the start button, it'll start as a safety deal, okay, and stuff, in case your battery does go bad, okay? So, you know, it's cool, but truthfully, I still kind of like the old
turn up.
Yeah.
Let's get to this last question. Finally, from JJ. I have a 2009 Ford F-150. The tow haul function works when the transmission is cold, but once it comes up to temperature, it no longer will work. Once it cools down, it'll work again, and so forth. So any idea why?
You know, we have seen a number of different issues on these, okay? First, believe it or not, probably one of the #1 things we do see is reprogram the computer, okay? And you know, I'm talking about this, I've brought it up a couple times already, but honestly, like our home computers and your laptops and your phone, they come out with new programs, okay? Well, the unfortunate part is the car doesn't automatically upload the new programs. Now, maybe someday they will, but right now they don't, and you have to go to the shop and get them reprogrammed. We have fixed several vehicles here by reprogramming, and actually Ford vehicles with reprogramming. If it isn't that, they have a safety mode that if a vehicle gets too hot when you're towing something, believe it or not, it kicks it out of tow haul, it kicks it out of lockup to help try to cool the transmission, a safety device, because it thinks the transmission's getting too hot. That usually means a sensor is going bad, okay? Again, proper diagnosis, kind of like that Toyota Camry, thinking it's too hot, leaving the fan on. This could be the same thing and kicking the transmission out. The last thing is, we've had to replace several computers also, and that one's expensive.
The whole brains?
The whole brains on it, okay, and stuff, and so they're not cheap, okay?
Yeah.
Again, never, ever, ever throw parts at a car, okay? You need proper diagnosis. I cannot tell you that $100, $200 to pay somebody to check it out is the best value you can get before you start throwing parts at it, okay? Because I see people that have a list this long, okay, of parts put on, and really?
Unless
you
you're
spent $200, $300.
Unless you're a
No,
gambler,
not
you
at
can
all.
be a gambler.
There you go.
Certified
there you go.
transmission, 5 area locations. Thanks, Peter, for your time today. These cars are just too smart for their own good.
You know what?
Appreciate
They got different technologies anymore,
do.
without a doubt.
All
Thanks,
right.
Peter.
Well, Peter, or another member of the Certified Transmission team, will be back in a little less than 2 weeks. If today's interview made you think of a question about your car, send us a note through omahamorningblend.com. You're also welcome to leave questions on our Facebook wall.